Welcome back to the channel, guys. Sami Brady is coming back to Salem in 2027. And not just a quick pop-in for a few episodes, but a massive long-term return. And the biggest question on everyone's mind, the thing we all need to know right this very second, is Sami finally going to reunite with her ex-husband, Lucas Horton? Honestly, I need to know. You guys know how much history is there between them. Are we getting a full-blown Lumi reunion? Because if we are, the internet is going to break. Let's be real. It is the ultimate question for longtime fans, and the writers have to know how much we want this. But here is the thing that makes me want to pull my hair out today. The tape-to-air delay. Days of Our Lives films so unbelievably far in advance that it actually hurts my brain to think about it sometimes. The news just dropped that Alison Sweeney, Bryan Dattilo, Chandler Massey, and Christy Clark were all in the studio last week. Last week, they were literally filming scenes together. But we are not going to see this on our screens until June 2027. June 2027. That is so far away. I mean, what were they thinking making us wait this long? But honestly, we are soap fans and we are used to waiting. We complain, but we wait because it's Sami. And when Sami Brady comes back to town, you clear your schedule and you pay attention. Let's talk about this specific group of characters for a minute. Sami, Lucas, Will, and Carrie. Just hearing those four names together in a sentence gives me major flashbacks to the 90s and 2000s. The absolute golden era of soap drama. Sami and Carrie being half-sisters has always been one of the most toxic, messy, and amazing dynamics on this entire show. Remember the slaps? The screaming matches? The times Sami tried to completely ruin Carrie's life over Austin? Okay, maybe I'm being too harsh on Sami. She had her reasons back then and felt neglected, but you get what I mean. Bringing Carrie back at the exact same time as Sami is a recipe for absolute disaster in the best way possible. And then we have Lucas. Oh, Lucas. The man who has loved Sami, hated Sami, schemed with Sami, and literally gone to prison for Sami. The Lumi dynamic is just top-tier television. Will they get back together? I keep asking myself this over and over. On one hand, they are total soulmates. They just get each other's dark sides in a way nobody else does. But on the other hand, they are so incredibly toxic together. Sometimes I think they should just stay far away from each other for their own sanity. Wait, no, I take that back. I want the drama. I want them back together so badly. Fans on social media are already losing their minds over the possibility of a reunion. A long-term return gives the writers the perfect runway to slowly build a Lumi reunion. No rushed romance. Just pure, slow burn, messy history bubbling up to the surface over months and months of episodes. Let's talk about Lucas's journey for a second. Because honestly, Lucas has been through the ringer on this show. This is a guy who fought Sami tooth and nail for custody of Will back in the day. Remember when they absolutely despised each other? And then, somehow, through all the toxicity and the scheming, they actually fell in love. Lucas is arguably the only man who has ever truly accepted Sami for the chaotic, manipulative, beautiful disaster that she is. He doesn't try to change her. Well, he does try to stop her from committing felonies, but you know what I mean. He loves her flaws and all. And Sami, deep down, knows that Lucas is her safe space. So the idea of them reuniting in 2027, it just makes sense. It feels earned after decades of intense storytelling. And we can't forget about Will Horton in all of this. Chandler Massey is back, and honestly, Will is probably going to need a lot of therapy after this storyline wraps up. He is the son stuck right in the middle of his parents' never-ending chaos. Will is always the voice of reason, which means he is going to be incredibly stressed out by whatever they are doing. I can just picture him rubbing his temples while Sami screams about something ridiculous and Lucas tries to calm her down. Will's connection to Lucas and Sami is the emotional anchor here. It grounds the crazy soap antics in real family stakes. Plus, having Will back on canvas just makes Salem feel right. The town needs him. Alison Sweeney actually gave a little quote about this upcoming return, and it has me analyzing every single word like a crazy person. She said it's a pretty big story with a lot of dialogue and emotion. A lot of dialogue and emotion. What does that even mean? In soap speak, that usually means someone is keeping a massive secret, or there is a huge betrayal, or someone is dying. Please don't let anyone die. But emotion definitely points to deep, heavy family drama. Maybe it's a legacy storyline that ties back to their parents. Maybe it's about the kids. Whatever it is, if Sweeney says it's big, it's big. She doesn't just come back for a boring background plot where she drinks coffee at the pub. She comes back to flip tables and ruin lives. Let's zoom out and look at the bigger pattern here for a second. Days has been leaning hard into legacy characters lately. And it works. It really, really works. When you bring back people who have decades of history, the fans care immediately. You don't have to spend 6 months explaining why we should care about them or what their motivations are. We already do. We've watched them grow up, get married, get divorced, get arrested, come back from the dead. It's all there in the DNA of the show. This storyline feels different because it's a long-term commitment. It's not just a quick sweeps, stunt casting to get ratings for a week. They are bringing the heavy hitters back to anchor the show in 2027, and that gives me a lot of hope for the future of the series. But seriously, what is Carrie doing in all this? Christy Clark coming back is huge news. And notice who isn't mentioned in the press release? Austin. Where's Austin? Did they break up again? If Carrie is single, is she going to get involved with Lucas? Oh my god. Could you imagine? Carrie and Lucas getting together and Sami completely losing her mind out of pure unadulterated jealousy? That would be classic Days. That would be the kind of messy, unhinged drama I live for. Or maybe Carrie and Sami actually have to team up for once to save Will or Lucas from something dangerous. A sisterly team up would be a really fun twist, even if it only lasts for like 2 episodes before they start slapping each other again over something petty. And we cannot talk about Sami without talking about EJ DiMera. So, EJ is currently running around Salem acting like a total monster, embracing his inner Stefano and ruining lives left and right. What happens when Sami comes back and sees what her other great love is up to? Will we get a reignition of the epic Lucas versus EJ rivalry? Because let's be real, Sami is always torn between the safe, loving stability of Lucas and the dark, passionate danger of EJ. If EJ tries to pull Sami back into his toxic orbit, Lucas is going to lose his mind. And I am absolutely here for it. I want the screaming matches in the town square. I want the dramatic slaps. I want it all. And can we just talk about how insanely hard it is going to be to keep this storyline a secret for a whole year? I mean, they are filming it right now. The actors are on set. People talk. Leaks happen. How are we supposed to sit here for 12 months and not get spoiled on the big twists? It is a blogger's nightmare, honestly. I'm going to be analyzing every single Instagram post from Chandler Massey and Bryan Dattilo looking for clues. Are they wearing wedding rings in the background of a selfie? Are they standing in a hospital set? It's going to drive me crazy. But that's the life of a Days fan, right? We suffer for our art and we wait patiently. So yeah, I am tired just thinking about waiting a whole year for this to air. I've been staring at this screen trying to process the timeline, and it's just frustrating to know how far away it is. But I care so much about these characters. I really do. They are like my dysfunctional fictional family. We are going to have to survive the rest of 2026 just to get to this epic 2027 reunion. I just hope the writers know what they are doing and give us the Lumi endgame we deserve. Or at least some really good fights along the way. Who actually believes this is going to end well without at least 3 people ending up in jail or the hospital? Nobody. That's who. But we will be watching every single second of it.